Welcome back to the channel. This is your boy Raider Joe. This is the real talk. I'm back at it once again. It's been a long while. I've been a long while on purpose, but I'm gonna try to keep this one as short as possible and try to give you more information on top of it. Do me a favor, please like and subscribe. Share it with a friend, share it with the Raider Nation fellow friend. Let them know about my channel. Help support this channel so I can do more videos. I appreciate y'all, and let's go. We're on to the Colts. This is like a playoff game. I'm sorry about my voice ahead of time. I got a sinus thing or whatever. Don't worry about my voice. It's okay. I don't have a Marion, whatever it's called, but I'm good. It's the Raiders versus the Colts. The Raiders are in do or die situation these next two games against the Colts and also against the Chargers. It's a must-win game. The Raiders have a huge chance of actually beating the Colts, but it's up to them in the long run. The reason I haven't been on a while is because I've been stuck in my hatred mode, and I don't want to portray that on my channel. I was stuck hating Derek Carr. I was stuck hating the coaches. I was hating some players. I was hating everything about the team until I wanted to take some time and to figure out what the bigger problems were. So I found out the problems, or what I think are the problems. You guys can tell me what you think, but I don't necessarily want to point the finger at one person. It's not necessarily one person. It's a collective thing going on. But my first thing, number one, would be Greg Olsen. That's actually pointing the finger directly at someone. But I don't care. The guy was terrible his first go around with Dennis Allen. Some of us that were with the team as far as following the team in Oakland, we knew how bad he was. And when John Gruden hired him to be the assistant for him, it was like, okay, well, Gruden will call the plays anyway, so he's not going to really do anything besides call Gruden's plays. Now he's calling his old plays that he used to call when Dennis Allen was around, which are nothing but screens and dink and dunk passes that are really questionable and predictable. Kind of setting up Derek Carr for failure. I really wish he would check out of these calls and say, you know what, I've been here before, and not only are my playoff dreams on the line, but maybe my actual playing time is on the line for the Raiders. I'm just gonna, and I think we've seen a little bit with that with Denver. Denver, you saw a little bit of different play calling than you saw the week prior to that. So maybe that stuff is starting to turn around. But Greg Olsen, I mean, if as soon as we can fire this guy, he's probably going to be the first guy to go come whatever Black Monday after week 17, if we do make it to the playoffs or whatever, we don't make it to the playoffs. If we do make it to the playoffs, Greg Olsen can stick around for until whenever, but you know what I mean. Number two is probably should be number 1A and B. So it's the turnovers on defense, their lack of them. We're dead last. We only have 5 interceptions and 8 forced fumbles. So really, we're dead last in actual turnovers on defense. How are we creating so much problems for the defense if the defensive line is creating havoc and just getting sacks? How are we, like, I think we're ranked like 10 or 13 on overall defense. But turnovers are the biggest issue, or the lack of them. Great that we have some guys going to the Pro Bowl on defense. We have great rookies and everything like that. But if we're going to make the playoffs, if we're going to make it further in the playoffs and possibly a championship game, turnovers are going to have to be a thing. We're going to have to get the ball. We're going to have to score on defense. We're going to have to turn it over and make them pay for making mistakes. We can't keep on letting them go 3 and outs or whatever. I want them to be afraid to throw the ball. I want them to have that pressure, and we haven't created it. I mean, almost dead last. We got 13 total turnovers as a defense. That's not particularly really good. So, yeah, that would be my biggest issue. 1A and 1B. First would be Greg Olsen. The second would be the actual turnovers. And that's mainly the defensive backs and also the linebackers. Denzel Perryman's really good as far as run stopping, but he's not really particularly good. The pass coverage, he's not good at pass coverage at all, and I wish he would work on that. I'm glad Diablo's out there and helping out with that, but you still got guys out there on the field like Littleton and Kikowski, and guys like Lee covering Travis Kelce, which we all know that a guy like Diablo or Gillespie, even Gillespie could be significant, but having Perryman on the field trying to cover Kelce is not a good idea. We all know that, or the running back there, and that's why Kansas City took advantage of the situation. So I'm glad to see that we actually have Divine Diablo out there, but we need to change around the defense just a little tinker and get a little bit more of Malcolm Koons. My number 3 is the one I preach about all the time, is the red zone or the lack of red zone scoring. Every time we get to the red zone, I mean, we get all the yards, we don't get the actual touchdown, we get the field goal, or we somehow, we somehow turn the ball over. Somehow, some way, we just don't score. And that's not playoff football. The next 2 games, if we're going to win, we're going to need turnovers, we're going to need a score in the red zone. We got to have flawless execution, and that lies on the coaches. Are the coaches ready to go home? Because they're going to go home and they're going to go to a different team. If they don't want to go home right now, they need to change their shit. They don't need to, think they're okay being complacent. It's not okay to be complacent. Greg Olsen, you're never going to get a job anywhere else. Time to throw that complacency stuff out the door. Any of these other coaches might have an opportunity as far as like Gus Bradley. Gus Bradley's going to have opportunities, especially with this team. He might have the actual opportunity with the team in general, but Greg Olsen certainly not. So the coaches, the players, they all got to come together and think of something creative. I don't care what it is. No more you probably don't need Marcus Mariota to basically make sure that you're scoring touchdowns in the red zone. You're professionals. All of you guys had trouble for the last 3 or 4 years, been together for a while, especially Josh Jacobs and Derek Carr. So these two can figure it out and stop being so predictable. That's the problem. We all know what you're doing. If I know what you're doing, then you're messing up. So therefore, the opponent's been already studying that and can't believe you're actually doing it again. But anyways, the Raiders need to win the next 2 games to actually make it to the playoffs. Are they ready to go home, or are they going to win? I mean, that's up to them. That's not up to you or me. I can't really tell you what's going to happen. I think the Raiders should win. But in reality, a lot of should-wins didn't win this year. The only thing I can say is, what do you guys think? You guys think we win the next 2? Do we think we win the next 1 and then blow it against the Chargers? What do you guys actually think? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Again, please like and subscribe. My name is Raider Joe. This is the Real Talk. And just let me know. And please like, subscribe, share. It's been real. I'm out, Raider Nation. Peace.